On May 30th, 2026, the Cherokee County Republican Party of Georgia invited several of the individuals who made the June runoff to speak at you monthly breakfast. Please enjoy this excerpt from that event.
Good to see y'all. My name's on the lawsuit, but in all fairness, all of the legwork was done by David. So y'all thank David for the work that he's done. And y'all see Brad, just tell him to open the bunker. This isn't that hard. Open the bunker, Brad. AJC's in the back, by the way. Where's the AJC? Hey, Caleb, just tell Brad to open the bunker, will you? Come on. Because y'all are there. Y'all are in the building. But the state election board can't be in the building.
Yeah.
So if the media can be in the building, the state election board should be able to be in the building. Amen?
Yeah.
Let me figure out who's in the room. How many of y'all are from Cherokee County? All right, we've won Cherokee County. Thank you. Cobb County. How many of y'all from Cobb? We won one Cobb. Thank you. Bartow? Thank you. We carried Bartow. How about Gordon County? I need a little help in Gordon County. Came in second place in Gordon County. Can y'all help us up there? All right, how about Pickens? Anybody from Pickens? All right, y'all, second place in Pickens as well. We're going to need to do a little bit of legwork up in Pickens. That was Steve Gooch's territory. So I was in a 7-way primary for lieutenant governor. And there were a lot of good conservatives in that race. And I'm now running against a guy named John F. Kennedy. Now, my dad has talked about Dolezal luck for a long time. And it just happens to be Dolezal luck that I'm running against a guy named John F. Kennedy. Now, the middle name is Flanders, not Fitzgerald, so there's no relation to the senator of Louisiana. But my name is Greg Dolezal. Doesn't sound as good as John F. Kennedy, but let me tell you, the voting record's better. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So I live over in Forsyth County. I've served in the state senate representing Forsyth County for 8 years. And when I was running in my 30s for the state senate, I just went and knocked on 10,000 doors. I didn't have the most money. I wasn't the establishment guy, but I told those 10,000 recipients that I thought that we were in a fight to save America. And in 2018, frankly, they looked at me like I was a little crazy. Because President Trump had been in office for a year. We were feeling pretty good about life. But I'm going all over the state now, just 8 years later, and I'm telling people that I think that we're in a fight to save the West. And people don't look at me like I'm crazy anymore. They nod their heads. And let me tell you, we save the West by saving America, and we save America providentially by saving Georgia. And I think that we save Georgia by saving the American people. The reality today is that the middle class is on life support. They are squeezed. They can't afford gas, groceries, and property taxes. And we Republicans have to deliver a solution to save the American dream. Today, young people can't afford to buy a home, and older people can't afford to stay in their homes. Step number one, we have to end the property tax scam that exists in the state of Georgia. You should not have to pay rent to the government to live in your own home. You should not have to pay more rent to the government this year than you did last year just because your neighbor sold their house for more money. The only place that we tax unrealized gains in the American economy is the taxation on property. It is wrong, it is un-American, and when I'm lieutenant governor, we're going to fix it. And let me add this. When you turn 65 years old and you're on a fixed income, it's not your job to pay for my poor kids to go to public school. Georgia has the highest income tax in the Southeast. We're bordered to the north and the south by 2 states that are at 0. We need to get to 0, and to get to 0, we've got to end the corporate welfare. And y'all, Republicans bear a lot of culpability in this. We do a lot of dumb stuff. Republicans have given data centers a $1.5 billion tax abatement. So we're taking 1 month of your income tax, and we're giving it to Blackstone, Facebook, Google, and Amazon, and we have turned on an electromagnet to draw data centers here to the state of Georgia. We have now surpassed Texas, and we're about to surpass Virginia as the data center hub of America. We do not need artificial inflation of attracting these data centers here by paying your tax dollars to do it. When I'm lieutenant governor, I voted against it as a state senator, and so did Charlize. And when I'm lieutenant governor, we're going to end it once and for all in the state of Georgia. Two more quick things if I have time. Election integrity is not hard, just takes a backbone. Georgia is the only state in the union that votes on Dominion machines statewide. 2/3 of Americans vote on a hand-marked paper ballot. I introduced a bill and passed it out of the state Senate this year to stop Georgia from being the anomaly and to move us into the current and the flow with most states in the union to get to hand-marked paper ballots, but that's not all, and Vernon touched on this. Drop boxes need to go. We need to have election day, not election month. You should vote in person with a photo ID unless you're elderly, infirm, or in the military, because that is the most secure way to vote. And lastly, we've got to clean up the voter rolls, and since Fulton County refuses to do it, the state election board should appoint a new election supervisor to clean up the mess in Fulton County, because it's not only Fulton County, but it's always Fulton County. See if I've got time for two more really quickly. America is not just a country, but an idea. Rooted in the idea that God does not, that rights do not come from government or from man, but they come from God. Western values have given birth to the greatest experiment in self-governance in human history, which has produced the greatest period of human flourishing, not just in America, but in the entire world. It is okay to say that not all countries and cultures are created equal, and it is okay to say that Sharia law has no place in America. I've got time, so I'm going to go quick. American homes should be for American families. The average age of a first-time home buyer is 41 years old. Young couples should not have to compete with private equity groups like Blackstone and Vanguard to buy single-family homes. We will ban hedge funds, private equity groups, and all foreign investors from turning us into a nation of renters. We will save the American dream by saving home ownership for the next generation. She said stop, so I'll just say my name's Greg Dolezal. I'd love to have you vote.
Thank you, Greg. We've got a couple questions here, a minute each for your answers. If you're elected to the office of Lieutenant Governor, what are going to be your first day priorities that you want to work with the new governor on?
Absolutely. I think the Sharia law thing is a top-line issue. I think the home ownership issue is a top-line issue, but y'all's property tax thing for me is right at the top. One more thing I didn't talk about. Universal school choice. Putting parents in the driver's seat of their child's education. Unlocking competition in the public school system will help us flip the reality today. Do y'all know that only 29% of Georgia's third graders can read on grade level? That means, I'm not great at math, but that means 71% cannot. Now, our youngest daughter is in the third grade, and she just had her milestones tested about 3 weeks ago. She can read on grade level, but the bulk of her peers cannot. And we owe it to the next generation to fix that. And we fix that through a lot of different mechanisms, but having parents have a greater voice in the conversation is essential.
Governor Kemp, during his time in office, put great priority in his globalization effort. That is bringing in foreign countries and subsidizing them or granting them tax incentives in order to plant him themselves here in Georgia. Do you support that effort? And if so, I should say, some of them turned out not to be employing the Georgians that was supposed to be the reason that they were brought here. What are your feelings about that, and do you intend to support that kind of a program?
I do not believe in corporate welfare. I do not believe in corporatism. I do not believe that it is your job to pay some multinational corporation to do business. If we want to eliminate the state income tax, which I believe will give rise to the greatest period of economic growth in this state, in the last 50 years. We have to do it by stopping this business of having the legislature or a governor or a lieutenant governor play private equity investor. We're just not that good at it, frankly. And so here is the point and the key. Republicans for years have been the party of the country club class, the party of Wall Street, the party of K Street. And what Donald Trump has done, he has remade this party to be the party of Main Street. And the problem is that the political class has not gotten the message. And the reason that Charlize and I vote no so often in the General Assembly is because we are voting no against two things primarily. The growth of government, and government doing things that are not within the proper role of government. And propping up business is not the proper role of government. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Greg. Any last comments before the election?
Y'all and Mark Gordon and Pickens help us out. Cherokee, come be strong for us again. Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.